she is seeing my husband with different girls. Please, I need your help badly. Yeah, what I do is that already group of Kakra. And on the initiative not the hospital. Now, if Papa can get me the system, you could have a patch or a young woman. Now, no, but I know so see. But he will be fine. Actually, will be better. Into what I said is in a while back. But we are quite for Belgium period. But Papa, I don't want. I just see a quite interested, which are quite more man of fine crowd. I'm an Indian one time. Now, a quite bad plan was that the Papa and Faso. The Faso, that's my friend, Mr. Sia. 0302 440 166 0302 440 166. The one day I was able to start the folk. Emma, when I say Bruno, and I say one question, I don't know that. Now, yeah,
well, you had a story of the day, and I don't know what you think about it, but it is directly inclined to what I call abuse in relationship. The issue is that a young lady has been beaten. She only recovered, found herself in the hospital. And at the hospital area, all she found herself doing was trying to recover. And in her recovery, there comes the husband. Major Sochami, now what to say? America, they are fine, pa. Fine, pa. There you. Send a man can a waba. Me took a background, I better me 2 minutes. Not we want man only a make you uncle for. And some fun papa, and I'm with him. Ochami. No cray woman is said, being cheer as for any T4. Now, no credit say, oh, baby, Bema Bono, baby, I say, walk a police station, any decline. They're tossing me, say, when it see, Nayan can't chill with the Opa hospital. A different story. But a bear man in it. Where Jimmy to say bofo. No to me bo. Ma we are unconscious. Ya do call hospital. Na opa passe. Abrante ya bo unti. Ombe pacho. Now see body no be firewood. And 2 persons sign kwa. Ni papa na Jimmy for. The tia do papa Jimmy for say. Battering or abuse, any family issue, a civil issue, and the doctor saw ban. The first thing about trauma ban a police report. And you say case winning any family case. I said dogs for the assembly. It is a dogs for the assembly. Where is the case here? Or banasi or pap bear chow or chawan can't any year. Or so no panic chow say. Ombrambe padi pacho no banning brand. Now the me tiny cry say. Now down for 4 bear catcher and say. And bafu flobi. Ebo ban ho. Eba be what made Jimmy too much. Or chamity way. When they catch yourself on who's case, that's when ban ho. Why do you think that there is a behavior that you portray that gives your husband the right to cheat? woman should think straight. Because I told you, I'm baby Tracia. Who say Jimmy and your dog? Because the year is here. Oh, papa say Beman in Bram Pacho. And no could put us over Pangas and say, Jimmy Cacao and Akuma. A son so charming. Bema Boa. Now we are called hospital. Doctor Mal police report request. So it becomes a legal thing. How do we solve it in the family? I say, also can't story now. Me cutting cotia. Are you serious? And now Tina won't know and say we can say Nasisa. Nakade Obun Kakrebia. What is Obun Kakrebia? Yabuba. My conclusion of the story is say Obani said body no be firewood. So she wants a way to go back to go and warm herself. She shouldn't worry. She should first report to the police. But because Dr. Obesha Obiaya Boom, one man the police request for police report, no. One so what tomorrow? That's one. It's yedin common. Doctor no will be. Ne papa will be. Or ban will be. Bearman will be. Anybody can report this case to any nearby police station. Obiabituma is a complaint. The girl should not go back. Now, the reason why she should not go back is not because body no be firewood. No, body is firewood. But once a Obama boo, what could be a hospital? And let's say there is more to what is happening to you. Don't go back. Rather, make this a legal issue and seek for counseling. Because Chami, you want baby or home. Yes, because baby or home, so they enjoy being beaten. And now, if you enjoy being, say where do you? I can't so share. Catch your balance and maybe me na me one yan say na on frame me 0277 one agreement uko bo number bi 0277 609 644 tro no mani boko hima 0277 609 644 say wo frɛ number we through WhatsApp na wo sika semo ya ye mema abrochie na ma na edi hu adwuma wo sika semo nya dia wo betwe wo Ghana ko sita mesa me chia Well, that has been the story of the day, and let me conclude here with the rest of us who are here. So the young lady's story is straightforward. She recovered in a hospital setting. And in the setting, she was told that the husband has beaten her to the extent that she has become unconscious. She recovered and saw the father. They've helped her to go through this recovery. And at the end of the day, she's fine. But she's gone back to the father's house. And she's requesting to go back to the husband's abode. And the father says, before you leave my house to this man's place, the man should come and apologize for his nuisance. The man should come and apologize for what he did wrong to you by beating you to be unconscious to go to the hospital. Well, here comes the most sensible woman of life who believes that she is more smarter and wiser than the father, saying that the father doesn't know what it feels to be lonely without a man. She's lonely. She's looking for opportunity to be warmed. So she's requesting to go back to this same man who has beaten her up so she can be warmed. And the father insists, if the man doesn't come, I won't let you go. Then she calls the husband to tell the husband, I'm begging you, come and apologize to my father so I can come back to the house. And her conversation is that a friend called her to tell her that in her absence, there are too many women coming to the husband. For that matter, she wants to go back to the husband's house. Now, I don't know what your take is, but the issue is that most of us, or some of us, or majority of us have not understood the policies that governs relationship. And maybe let me take this opportunity to reiterate these things I've taught before and bring it back to your notice that any form of abuse is against the civil laws of the land. The right to freedom is in our constitution. Marriage is not a place that there is a master-servant relationship where one is punished. There is a head and there is a tail. In that dispensational quality, a husband is the head and the wife follows the herd. Now, this headship is not hardship. Headship is not hardship. Marriage has been contracted between two people, a male and a female. As for the rest, it's total nonsense. So I don't talk about it. But when one loses the temper in marriage and they believe that they have the power, and for that matter, they want to use the power they have to abuse. I tell every woman, the first thing that must happen to you in any form of abuse is to learn how to report a certain man who have decided to abuse you. There are different forms of abuse I've taught before. But in this particular case, the man has beaten this girl to the extent that she ended in the hospital. She's fortunate she didn't die. That's the first thing. If she could have died, we could have added it to this spousal killing that is going on in Ghana. This morning, I saw a story that shows that another person has gone to kill the wife and has gone to report himself to the police, telling the police that I have killed my wife. We were in Ghana, here in Ghana, where in East Legon, a very prominent chief allegedly killed the wife. And I'm using the word alleged because the case has not still been dealt with. But the evidence to prove that it could be yes was that there was a previous conversation that erupted. And that conversation was the girl's father went to settle an abusive nature of the man and the daughter. So his father-in-law came to the house to come and settle a beating that the man has given to the daughter. Never made it a police case, but made it a family case. Any family that condones to any form of abuse and believes that it must be settled in the family way, it's not just a wicked family, but the whole family is a family of fools. A Jimmy Four. Jimmy Four in the sense, obi anyone obu obi wa wade mu a bema na obu oba oba na obu bema enka ebro enka wade ho. Enti yeti wo sisi yi o chena si we abo we to police na kokun we ahye we akonfo we akodwudwa we wonwulam ni nyina ye nsem kitinkiti a ekoso a wade nu a ni nyina ye jai se ye bottle na sofo de mo de me nka mo asem ese me ben mo mesumi ye sofo enti e ba ne si ya ne kan ye kan bi wo ho na obeti awade hu bre obebi abehia na beka say me one day you hear I've packed my things and left this house or not so ti o yaw bi mu be me bi otumi pon adwuma ntumi nkofie ye kanye mango o be me bi wo pon adwuma ntumi nkofie se okofie a efie na wato nkonua pa agumu no ye ma na so nko edidi awade ne nye die di kan awade enya ye gunu nanso na nso obenfo asofo abayifo jimifo won so ade asofo anyame mfre won wafre won ho afre won yire no maka ho ebie wano kan kwase asem bi se de anyame aka bom mema nipa bi anse no abo atan nyame ba na aka bom kawa na me hye nyame na hye me nyame na di kawa na hye me nsa de nyame ba na aka bom oyire tetew ukunu tetew obrimu obo weni ma hono be ma na ne te no I am fan of here. Obi to me shani yide nim kache ne se wo de mesi nyame nko na ma mete ha. Me nko gya woda. Me ya wo de obetu afifi ha ko. Wa bisa ho. Bisa ho. Se me no di nkomo yi. Se be me bie na no kache ne ho kafo ba o ne te. Se wo me nko gya wa de. Na de me ye wa be fi ha no be ko. Me nko ne yenka se me sum. I mean, you ask yourself, why would a man look at the eyeball of a woman who she has had sexual intercourse with in the connection of marriage? A woman who has delivered some children for you, so you become normal human being who have multiplied yourself. Remember, I keep saying this thing every day. If you have a family that you have a son, and your son brings home a wife, remember that is the extension of the family. Because without a woman, your son cannot even have a child to name after you. So I don't know where we stand when our daughters will go into marriage. And unfortunately or fortunately, they meet boxers. Even Bukom Banku hasn't gotten the right to fight with a wife. But I'm saying that these things that are occurring, where a woman has been battered, has been beaten foolishly like this, that you end in the hospital. You are demanding to go back to the same man because he has to warm you because you are feeling cold. Are you not a fool? What pennies are we talking about? What electrical warmer are we talking about? Millicent, thank you so much. What are we discussing? That a woman has been beaten. I think even in the United States of America, let's not think it's just Ghana and Africa. No. There are people in America here who have been abused by their spouses and they are quiet. They have been beaten and they are quiet. They don't report. What we know in Ghana, when we had a man of God who fought the wife and they were trying to solve it. Even their pastors in Ghana who were even involved to solve the marital conflict. And finally, the in-laws came to the house and the man threatened to kill their daughter. They refused to report. And the next day we heard the man has shot the lady and the lady died. The woman is gone. She won't come back. When it comes to death, it is the end to a means. The fastest thing on earth is death. If you die, you can't achieve anything. So my question is, if you are living in marriage and you complain every day, I want to leave this marriage. As for this marriage, one day I'll pack my things and go. As for the foolish women, I'm in this marriage because of my children. You are a fool. For that one, I don't want to apologize for it. That you stay in marriage, you are going through a form of abuse. Abuse from the man. You see, there are times that you are abused by your in-laws. If you are abused by your in-laws and your husband is able to protect you from the abuse, it's a different story. But I'm talking about where you are abused and they are condoning to it. Your husband comes from work and you have had a confrontation with your mother-in-law and your husband will have the guts to tell you, go and apologize to my mother, because you know what it is. If she's not here, where will we get to sleep? If your husband is that loose, who cannot provide a befitting shelter, and you foolishly bow to go and marry such a man who cannot provide you where to lay your head, but will have to add you to the mother and the father in their home. And when there's a confrontation, because even the tongue and the teeth have their own confrontation, that your mother-in-law will disrespect you in a way you can't stand, and you exchange words with your mother-in-law, and your husband comes from work, and he is briefed on what occurred, and the last thing he will tell you is that for us to be able to live in this house at peace, can you go and apologize to my mother? That man is a stupid man, but you are more stupid to marry such a man. When I say don't marry a poor man, a man who cannot provide shelter, a man who cannot feed himself, Ghanaian says, oh, Councillor Lutot is becoming what. Don't worry. But I see women who are struggling. The struggle of your life is nothing. But the struggle is because somebody is going through a particular form of abuse. When we talk about abuse, some of you just come and think about beating, hitting. No. There are men, when they are angry, they won't talk to you for the past weeks. There are women, when they are angry, their house is a Cold War house. You have a wife who has been offended and she'll be sleeping in the couch so you can sleep in the bedroom. If you are fortunate like some of us who have more than one room, then she designs herself to pack her things and go and live in the guest room or go and live on downstairs, and you are left alone in the place because she is offended and she's angry. My question is that if there's any form of abuse, whether it's physical, it's emotional, it's neglect, it's mental, what do we do? How can this girl demand to leave the father's house after being beaten to the extent that you ended up in the hospital? You only recovered and you were told that you were unconscious by the beating of your husband. And at the end of the day, you are demanding to go back to that guy. If you are not a fool, then you were trained by a fool who has made you believe that beating is part of marriage. Any man who can stretch his hand to hit a woman, in the first place, has a mental disorder. Because if you are angry and you can't control yourself, why do you bring a woman in your life? Because your anger must be controlled by you. Who is angry? You are the one having the anger issue. You are angry. So why should your anger in you precipitate, give you the unction to stretch your hand to hit? Hitting the woman, what change will they bring? A man walks home, there's no food. The food is not ready. And he says, why is food not ready? For that matter, the wife must be beaten because there's no food. And women think, yes, it's my fault. I beat a guy up in Zongo Junction some time ago, and the lady was begging me to allow the guy to beat her because he's wrong. And question is, let's all give our fair judgment. And I'll read your comment. And I think that from next week, I'm going to do a lot of Zoom. I'm going to launch into the Zoom conversation so we can get people commenting and sharing their views. We have to teach people. The fact that I have left the country to come and think of myself and get new energy and study other cultures and roam small doesn't mean my knowledge is gone daft. But I'm saying, the question is, let's ask ourselves, the level of abuse we are going through. There's a man who is married to you. He's sterile. He can't impregnate you. And he has refused to go to the hospital. It's abuse. But you don't know what abuse is. You are married to this man and you have stayed in marriage for 10 years. Every day you go and do IVF. Tomorrow you are here to go and do QTS. Tomorrow you are here to do SAG. Tomorrow this doctor has come. They are trying to check. And everywhere you go, they say clinically you are fit for a childbirth. But at the end of the day, the man you are with is claiming old glory, past glory. I impregnated girls before I saw Christ. Before Christ, I was evil. I have impregnated people who have aborted. So they think they have the record of a potent spermatozoa that can impregnate a woman. For that matter, they and the doctor doctor bia manin kan kwasi bia nkyere no or ye bema onim ne ho obema sorry no nkyere se wetu anyim ba. But you are staying in this marriage and you are you are a fool. This is abuse. Or you think the testimony the foolish girls come to share with you, they make sense. Please stop this nonsense. That recently somebody came to say, I've stayed in this marriage for 13 years, and all of a sudden the Lord just opened my womb. It's a lie. I said what she went to do. They come and lie to you people. She went to do IVF. This is the 7th time before this one worked. The Lord has done it. The Lord has done what? What has the Lord done? You see, don't use church. I've told you already, there are some churches in this particular part of our world that you will never go to heaven because of them. If there's a place called heaven, let me tell you, if you think there's a place called heaven, that you believe there is heaven, because the Bible says that, and the Lord God created the heavens and the earth. He didn't put me and you in heaven. Me, I'm not in heaven. I am here on earth. That is why I feel. That is why I think. That is why I eat. That is why I have erection. That is why I can speak. I have flesh. When you hit me, I say aji. When I'm broke, I feel it. So I'm not in heaven. So those pastors, sa software Jimmy for amudi wechi. Nyame afra won, but nyame bi nyame amfa nka won ho. Ye waduma chede ne nketenkete ya cheche. Enye obi an ye de ma no. Ye will be a yedi adoma chedia yedi hwe yedi hu ade e ma no. Yedi adoma chedia yedi sayade ma no. Na adoma chedia yedi siesia wade ti awade asene amfa ma won. Na what ya sorry them you say ukru Jimmy or your elder entitrem. SDA sorry Jimmy Pentecost, Jimmy Apostolic, Jimmy Christ Apostolic, Jimmy Roman Catholic, Jimmy Anglican, Jimmy ICGC, Jimmy Asori ni Jimmy kwa ebana wadia. Almost all the churches that we all fought our life for, when it comes to marital issues, they are fooling. Very fooling. You know abuse? When somebody is pregnant in the church, and the pastor in the church can say, because you are not married, you have to be disciplined for getting pregnant without a husband. It's abuse. I want somebody right. It doesn't come closer to me. Because in my church right now, if you get pregnant and you're not married, I pray for you like the way I pray for you, because it is not my concern. What is your virginity? We are abusing people and we are trying to modify the abuse. Some are demonizing the abuse. You meet a man who is damn angry that if he has the opportunity, he will kill. But he's smiling. The family is aware. The family is aware that this young man, when he gets the opportunity, he will kill. They know. Their daughter is telling them every day. Dear kwabna ye na saying dear one ne kase on feel no atia wo ma me de mo member me betena na dear awade ne sanet here na wonim de ban ansa na metena papa ho be si enne wa jimi oba no ware o baba. You see the nonsense? Wo mu jimi no medical be ka mu jimi no say oba ba be catch us ni kunu no tiatian bobo no now say me ware o papa me srew ayembia oba ba no wale wo kunu na ana ni kunu asem no kan. Enye fe se bema bre na nim fifire no akoto ka ama na yire me dofo me the mouth dey be make say I say this every day. My wife if I didn't marry her, she could have gotten more than what I'm giving her. I say this in humility. That woman has come to my level to understand the riches I have. Why? Every woman has the opportunity to become rich faster than marriage. Oh, you don't know about it? You don't know about it? You don't know about it? What vagina is Moesha carrying? Which one is a Fiashua nigga carrying? Which one is Tracy Boachi carrying? How neat is their vagina compared to my wife's own? Ask yourself. Ask yourself. Your wife in the house, who have decided to be available for you every time you turn your head, the vagina is ready for you to fuck. She's cooking for you. She's cleaning the house. She has made you a human being by getting children for you. You can even wake up one day and say, this woman is not helping me. You are a fool. The level of abuse that men are meeting on women, we have to talk about it and punish the men accordingly. But we sit down until they kill each other. Either the woman will poison the man, or the man will find something to hit the woman to kill the woman. There are people who are living together, they are church members, they don't talk. There are pastors in Ghana who are not talking to their wives, but they are running the church. There are pastors who have gone to see the general overseer and the owner of the church. Me pese mini me yiri jai. Yesi enya hwemunya reunion. Bonsa majim bonsa mo ni bonsa. Me ya bonsa. Na me kanya asasem say. Mo ni bonsa. And I bonsa mpe mo yie. Bonsa mchi awade amoy, bonsa pere chi dem awade. The man is lazy. The man is not doing what he's supposed to do. Look, I say this every day. If you get a woman who is helpful, every morning you wake up, talk to your God on behalf of that woman. Say, God, I thank you for this woman who has accepted me to become my wife. Be proud of her. Be proud of her, because I'm saying it. My wife could have bought herself her own car. My wife is very beautiful. When she's standing on the road, you will tell it says, and there are proper men who will pay her $5,000 to have sex with her. I've never finished having sex with her. Look at her face and give her $5,000 for. Am I a fool? Because she's my wife. But look at you. Some of you, I pity you. And then you can hire wine. That's what Otabel said some time ago, and I fought him. That way I was going to marry the wife, the family didn't. Yes, because if you come to my house with Charlie Water, I won't give my precious daughter to you. Even me at my stage, right? I will not give my precious daughter to you to marry. What do you talk? Who born dog? Who born dog? They are men. I appreciate a man of God who thinks about the family. I'll call you back, my oracle. A man who thinks about his family. He doesn't think about the church. He thinks about his family. These are pastors we are talking about. Not you, this he got walking in town. When people are misbehaving, when they talk, you say that young vampire. What do you mean? God gave you the gift of prophecy. God gave you the gift of healing. God gave you the gift of prophesying and of teaching. But he has not given you the gift of marital conflict resolution. Why are we killing women? If you care to know, this woman who is demanding to go back to the husband's house might have spoken to her pastor or her pastor. As for lady pastors, they are one of the most useless people I don't want to hear about. A mass of what they meet you on cry. Or baby, and your sofa with you, woman. Me, I want my sword, Monfanasa, me family, and more baby, as of for some bomb pie, my mingy me. Or bass of what they are not, or bass of what be any anointing was as so. Quote me everywhere. God don't call women to head in the church. It's an error. When they are frustrated, then they have the call of God on their life. Any woman who wants to be in ministry must be under the covering of a man. But check the records. Count it. How many women do you see who own churches and their husbands are correct? It's either they rebel against their husband to have a church. You divorce your husband because God has called you. You are a stupid woman. Lady Reverend, like what Daki Mills is doing. What Dak is doing, you think is the best? That Daki Mills is making all women Lady Reverend. And their husbands are working there. And if you don't take it, they force you to become a pastor too. That's what Doc is doing right now. The call of God is not by force. Go to Lighthouse. There are men there whose wives are suffering. The women are taking care of themselves. But nobody can talk. Because when you go and talk, you are destroying your husband's ministry. And what ministry? What is your ministry? The ministry of a man. The Bible says that if a man wants to be in the office of a bishop, look at the first quality. He must be a man of one wife. That's one quality. Number two, he must be a man who can take care of his family. Bible says that anybody who doesn't take care of his family, he's as useless as an infidel and is equal to an unbeliever. So suffer and fear. He's not qualified to be called a man of God. What is wrong with us? Abuse is not part of marriage. But when abuse occurs, somebody must take an initiative. You have been beaten. Only God brought you back alive. And your father says, as for your father, I say he's a stupid man, whoever the man is. That your father says until the man comes to beg. So he's come to beg with what? That batcha with the man, me come on buy and me bobo, me bese me dinner me some chop because me get my partner. Me nim be buy me board with them say mo fan check me pa me mboni bio me kan yankopon wo da suri say ebufo na ye ho adwuma me ye counseling team ebufo no be ko e na abo a me bo no so me pattern me buy me de ka bia be si abontin ho me de man pattern say abo a me bo no. Oh my God, what you talking? What you talking? You want to beat your wife before you buy her a car? What about them? And your father is going to smile. Adwa Beme bia de ofun na o patwa de say an say fan channel na men kan no krese bema nya kokoduro si aba de wan ma ne kwa oba yen so atoka mo na abre abana be hwe wa bonten ho nya bema bia na yesi se obukunu efom wo no de car patawa wan kasa woje car no ye jimifo me ka tro ma tia se. I'm telling you the truth. A man bought a car. I was making I bought a car for my wife. When he went to the registered juniors department, the vehicle registering area, he went to register the car in his name. I asked him, why did you do that? He said, well, I mean, even though I bought for my wife, she can decide to divorce today when she's going and take back my car. And I don't want any Form C change. Or I say, you are a stupid man. When you buy a car and you want to be shown that you bought a car for your wife, let the car be bought in your name and be registered in your wife's full name. Give her the car to go and register. That makes you a husband. What sort of abuse is this? And you have women who want to stay in marriages because of their children. You see, my problem is that I'm staying in this marriage because of my children. My children will become wayward when some of us, we didn't stay with the marriage where our father and mother are, but we are better in town than other people. Check the records. The stepmothers we live with were better than our mothers in the marriage. It doesn't mean that the stepmother is better than my mother. But what I'm saying is that living with my father and my stepmother, I realized that my stepmother has the guts to control my father than my mother. So why wouldn't I enjoy my stepmother? I don't know if you understand my conversation. Why would you think that when you are living with your mother and father, you become correct whilst your mother is hurting? Your mother every day will tell you, I'm in this marriage because of you, these children. I am in this marriage because of you, these children. I will tell you every day, let me repeat it here. The future of every child is not determined by the father, it's determined by your mother. The type of penis your mother will allow to fuck her to have a child is what determines who you are in future. It's not any pastor's prayer. Madam, you are being abused. The man is beating you. The level of abuse we are discussing here, every form of abuse, you are getting it. Sexual abuse, you are there. Verbal abuse, you are. A woman called me and said the husband looked at her face and told her, "What do you year me and me wale wono." And now come who say we are cramming me bring mame wale. When you say cramming him, when him time. And kwala no mona mon proposal mo ye fe. E ebusuan 14 no ho fe. I felt like, madam, how do you keep this in your head? I said, yeah, that's what my husband, I can't tell. I said, she came for counseling because every time she's walking, she's shaking because the husband says she looks like a dog. My sister, my brother, if your husband says you are ugly, dress out there, somebody else will tell you you look beautiful. Close your ears to that stupid man in the house. Open your ears to other people who appreciate your wig, who appreciate your dress, who appreciate your color. Don't dress to please your husband. Dress to please people who admire who you are. What is going on? A man will beat you to the point of death. And you are begging him to come and beg your father so that, well, is it because the house is so nice? Let me tell you, it's better for you to sleep in your father's house on the floor to have your peace of mind than to sleep in a 4-bedroom, a jacuzzi-oriented house with tight security from the IGP and be beaten and be abused. I read this letter from this girl in Ghana and I go like, are we fools? And I'm giving you examples that it is not only in Ghana. It's everywhere. In the US, the law works, but still there are foolish women in this country who think they have nowhere to go. Let me tell you, a woman who has packed her things and is standing at the roadside looking for a place to sleep will get a man today. After all, what did God do for a woman? Her vagina can give her a 4-bedroom house by sleeping with 10 people who are, you see, you choose the people who can pay your rent. $500, $500. You get that now when you're $3,000. What high dime? What? Look for a better man. Abuse is not part of marriage. Let me tell you this, as a man watching me, if you're a man, you are watching me right now, and you can't control yourself. If you're a man watching me right now, and your heart is in your hands, and for that matter, the slightest thing you think you have to discipline the woman. I heard some people talking some time ago about your bone and why steady. Jimmy Fato, you are a stupid man to say this. About your person, you karma. Charlie Bonasu twice, no find your record. Or can look and say, one day, them I'm a boy, what's on your biome? And I said, so open and I then, yes, open and I who's a pa. Bema will fear. No, only the idea Bema. Say a Bema will fear a Bema or to me fee. A share or bar, a wa botra yadi or batana. Mobile na mo can say then, husband, live with your wife with understanding so that your prayers are not hindered. Understanding means you are standing, but you are still under. How can you beat a woman to the extent that she will rush to the hospital? Don't you feel ashamed? What has she done? Even when you come and meet somebody having sex with your wife in your house, you don't have right to be offended. One thing here. Ube took Bema for floor. So no, you that fear. What is your anger? No, tell me, what is your anger? What is your anger? And now betu so oyire. Who betu say ukunu? Any of herself that will fear. What is your anger? Chere me dienti say obufu. Maybe so. What is, I mean, I want to know what can irritate you to the extent that you can't control yourself, but you have to hit a woman, pushing, or you have to poison a man. What at all? Then I want to know that. Oh, maybe if you're not be my friend, and share them more than that. And I made the videos, abubo, made the cameras, abubo area, honina. Me also only guy be with you. I mean, you are a stupid man. If you have security cameras in your house for security reasons, I don't have a problem with you. But if you start putting cameras inside your house, are you okay? To monitor your wife, are you normal? People put recorders in their wife's car. A guy just bought a car for a girl. As if the world has come to an end and brought it on social media. You all saw the car on social media and was making noise to my lovely wife, happy birthday, and they broke the rubber and everything. Do you know what he did? He put a tracker in the wife's car. He put a recorder in the wife's car. And every day she would call the wife and say, Auntie Branty or no kasa, be upon no bekasa, and I beg no bekasa no fihifa, and was interrogated the wife until the wife realized that one person now can and realized that it is one of the guys in the office. Me man the one in 7 months will be how did you get to know this? One day she went to hoover the car. She took the car to a washing bay. Whilst we were hoovering the car, come and see recorders. 4 recorders in the car that the man has put. That anytime the wife comes, he goes to download the thing. You are a stupid man. You are not qualified for marriage. This is abuse. So when we talk about abuse, your mind is that when a man hits you, when a man screams at you, when a man is not doing what he's supposed to do, even sexually, a man who can have sexual intercourse with you and you don't ejaculate, he doesn't get to a point where you get to orgasm. It's abuse. Oh, yes, we all travel. I've traveled out of Ghana. My wife is there. She's supposed to manage herself sexually. I'm also supposed to manage myself sexually. If by chance anybody goes to manage her vagina by her choice, will I feel it here? Jimmy. It doesn't do anything for me. It is a personal choice because cheating is part of marriage and it is a personal decision. Why will you come and meet at your own house? The house we live in with my wife. She has ordered somebody to come inside and the two of them are having sexual intercourse. Then I take a gun to kill my wife. Oh, my brother, you are not matured for marriage. Marriage is not for small boys. If you care to know, 0277 609 644 0277 609 644. Hear me. You come and meet your wife and somebody having sex. Just fainted. Somebody said they will faint. If you faint, what do you get? It's an indecent exposure. But remember, the house is not just your house, it's our house. Number 2, the man didn't break the door. The man didn't jump the window. And number 3, when you enter the house, you didn't hear your wife screaming, Obi Mejimio, Obi Mejimio, Obi Mejimio, Obi Mejimio, Ojifuoyo, Obi Mejimio. You didn't hear that. Rather, what you heard was so sumptuous. Kukuye, say, hi, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, hi. Oh, you make me a woman. Now, you are married to this woman for more than 20-something years. You've not made her a woman. She chose to bring somebody to make her a woman. And you are fighting with a gun, with claps. You want to hit the man and kill the man. What has the man done against you? If a man rapes your wife, it's against the civil laws and he can be charged in court. But when your wife gives access to sexual intercourse, it is consensual and there's no law that says you can kill. The only law says the only thing you can do is to divorce because you have found out that there's infidelity. And that is where the woman loses everything under the law of marriage. Your civil marriage law says once she has cheated and you have caught her with evidence, if there's no evidence, no law court ever will say your wife should be divorced without anything. If you're a woman, you come and meet a man. I mean, every day women come and catch us sleeping with people. They come and catch us sleeping with her herself. And there are times that your wife will just stand quietly and be looking at you. She will only look at you like this. Those ones who are mature, they only look at you the way you're having sex with the house help. And they will turn their face and go. Some who are not strong, they'll go and cry. But others, when they see you having sex with the house help, they will come in and beat. Me, if I have the opportunity to have a very good house help and I'm having sex with her, and my wife comes and come and beats the house help, I will not allow that. Never in my house. What has the house help done? No, tell me, what has she done? That I have a very beautiful house help. And she has granted me the option, not by rape, but she has given me solid erection and I'm having sex with her. My wife will come and beat the house up. For what reason? What is it? I mean, in the first place, I'm sleeping with my house help. I'll secure the door. And once my wife is knocking, boom, 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 what? You don't respect what's that? You are cutting her erection. You can sack the house help. That's okay. But beating her, no. And you can't even sack the house help without letting her, without paying her what she's supposed to be taking. What is the crime of the house help? Your husband decided to have sex with the house help. Your right to make a decision to divorce me is there. Divorce me and go. Have an evidence of infidelity and go. I'm saying that the way we are treating abuse is not the right way. As for you, those in Abrochi and those of you in Ghana, your stories are more foolish. A woman called me and says that she has built a house in Ghana for the so-called vegetable husband. And the vegetable husband is living in the house with the boys that they have. And unfortunately for her, when the boiler people come, the husband will call. When electricity comes, the husband will call. When they have shortage of water, sachet water to drink, the husband will call. Yen suasan, sikana sene ya san, febi brao. And so we shall nye ye dan de brane nyina entina Ghana nya adwuma fe jimi for bema. Abuwe bisa. De enti ameje fi won say we jaya tena ha, na me hye me ho so ama wunti kwase abema. Enwu jimi. Say, I am here and staying sacred and be I'm a celibate for you. Because of you, I've kept myself. So if I'm struggling and maintaining myself for you in Ghana, so that you know, so that I won't go and cut any woman, I won't go and marry any other person. When we are asking you for money from Abrochi, you to don't be reluctant, bring it. But you woman to you are a fool, that a man is in Ghana and he can't work. He can't even go and do galamsey, gather them and sell. He can't go and sell strawberry on the street. And you are feeding him because you are afraid he will divorce you, or you are afraid he will stop looking after the children. Are the children yours? How many women have children? When I was traveling from my house to this place, I made sure, and even till now as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking that money I left for that family is still too small for them. I'm finding ways and means how I can wire money, the small one I will make here, they should chop. Why will I keep money in the bank whilst my wife is working there and feeling hungry? My wife, I'm saying me, the woman I'm married to, my wife today, when she steps on the roadside, everybody would like to fuck her. Because she's beautiful. If you marry a woman for more than 20 years and she's still presentable, it means that you're a good husband. Women, I'm pleading with you. Don't allow yourself to be cheapened with a form of abuse. Why would a man beat you to the extent that you are half dead? Your parents will come and carry you to the hospital. When you recover, your father in his foolish mind says, let the man come and apologize before he will go. The man says, the story is on my Facebook page. The man replied, when the wife called him and told him that, my father says, until you come and apologize, I shouldn't come and join you there. The man replied, and the reply of the man is so irritating. The man says, I was here with you and you packed your things and left this house. So you pack your things and come back. Charlie. There are times that people who must be beaten are such men. Oh, Millicent. They don't even pay light bill. They don't pay water bill. You have a husband who is living in a house that you have rented. Some of you rented a house for the men before you left them in Ghana. Hey, Charlie. This is why I want to marry more than one. Florence, how are you doing, girl? This is why I want to marry more than one. Because I see that some people have gathered some good women and they are fooling with them. So I want to marry all the women. My wife is enjoying too much. The woman called the husband and told the husband that my father says I can't leave his house from the hospital until you come and apologize to them and me for beating me. And hear the reply of the husband. Maybe I have to read it for you. It's on my page. The husband tells the wife, you pack your things and left the house. So you should pack back and come. Listen to this part, so painful. The woman says, maybe for the sake of those who just came, let me read quickly. It says, I miss my husband. I need him. It's 6 months now. I want to go back. My parents won't allow me. He beat me up when we had a problem. When I woke up, I saw myself in the hospital. Since then, my father swore I won't go back except my husband comes to our house and apologize. I have begged my husband to come and he refused, saying he didn't throw me out he didn't throw me out. He only beat me. Hey, the lady says, the first thing is that I beg my husband to come and apologize to me according to my father's request. My husband says he has refused, he won't do, because he didn't throw me out of his house. He only beat me up. Jiminy. Pride. Look, when a man comes to marry you and he realizes that your family is useless, this is what they do to you. When a man comes to marry you and you tell him all the nonsense in your family, and my father is this, and my father left my mother and went to Nigeria, and it's my mother who took care of us. It was the last day that my father came back and they are staying together like that. Once you narrate all the bad news in your family to a man who is marrying you, he will never have respect for your family till he dies. And that is how they abuse you. How disrespectful that your wife calls you and say, my father says that you come back only when you have come to apologize. And the man will open the mouth and tell the wife that, as for me, I didn't sack you from this house. I only beat you. Hey, let me give my judgment and get out of the seat, because I think that I'm becoming boring, because I'm losing it. I think I should see the man and slap the man. But I'll read some of the messages that have come. 0277 609 644 is the number. I might want to pick a call from those of you who might have the connection through WhatsApp to call me. You know, I'll let you call me on my WhatsApp line. I mean, nipa ya deng, yeah, wine cry, wine nipa, deng, bema, ye na ye nipa, anantase, and to be fruby, you to be fruby, then you naka, you bit my fruby, my WhatsApp line, I'm so friendly, income. But the painful part of the issue is that the man has refused to come and beg, because he has refused to come and beg. Membe pa umameno papa cho. Ese man pamo we mfi mfie. Ebo keke na mebo. Nanajua, I won't come and beg because I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was to beat you. And by beating you, I don't know why, because I've beaten you, I should come and beg. Hey, Irade. Can you imagine? Well, let me give you the chance today to give me a call. 862. So just a WhatsApp call. I mean, direct call, I will not pick, because it will distract my flow. But let me give you a full opportunity. I want you to share your views. I'll pick you on speaker and we'll hear your views. Let me give you the opportunity. Those of you who are ready to call me, you can call me on +1 once you are in Ghana. But if you are here, you know how to do it already. 862 517 3950. Let me say it again. 862. You can call me on WhatsApp. This is a WhatsApp call right now. And let's do it the way we do it. I mean, I'm not in Ghana, I'm here. So WhatsApp call. If you are in Ghana, you just have to add me, add +1, all right? So it's 862 862, you have it? 517 571, sorry, 862 571 3950. 3950. So the number is there 862 571 3950. You can call me. It's a WhatsApp call. And when you call, I'll pick and we'll have a good discussion right now. But let me say this as I wrap up. So the man has refused to come. And the reason for his refusal is that he didn't sack the woman.